What is up, guys? Ian here from Co-Create Today, taking the mindset of lack to a place of abundance. Today I just want to talk about giving advice and how to go around that, and how can I get better, and how can I influence people more efficiently. So when we talk about giving advice, I know that I'm kind of a hypocrite for saying that, but I give advice. I try to give advice all the time, and what I want to bring out here is, when I give advice, it has to come from a personal place for it to be true, but also to even connect to you on a personal level. And when you give advice, if it's not personal, or if you don't have a strong sense of that subject, you shouldn't be the one to necessarily give advice. However, what you could do is potentially say how this has affected or that has affected your life. So personally, maybe I should start saying what's helped me along my journey is to not give opinions, but give perspectives. And possibly, why shouldn't we let go of what we think others should do best, instead we should think of how can we personally better this person's subconscious, how can we affect this person in a way that we can come with the solution, we can come up with the solution. And I only say that because some of these questions aren't necessarily answered right away. These are something that a seed can be planted, and that idea can grow, and that perspective can actually start to affect a person, but the answer isn't always there right away. And that's kind of the thing that I'm trying to talk about is how can we have the best influence on people? Yes, we might be able to give them perspective, and we can share what's helped us along our journey, but I think really planting a seed into someone is what we're targeted for. We're targeting the soul, and we want to really connect to that and branch from it. If you're catching my drift, we're trying to connect on a deep enough level where it's mutual, and from there we can expand through conversation, experiences, laughter, all these things. We can actually grow from in them, that a change that will occur. It's very interesting to think, because I feel like the thing with giving advice is if you're not being it, you shouldn't be preaching it. So when we talk about giving advice, I feel like living by example is how we grow not only ourselves but others most efficiently. And we do that by not necessarily telling them what to do, but being an example and showing and letting people know what's helped you along your journey. And I feel like that's how we're going to have the most effect on to other individuals, because there's nothing that we can say that is going to change their mind, but being who we are and the example that we set will change their life, and it will change who they are. And this is a very complicated subject, only because it goes into a deeper sense that we can't really put a word on, and we can't really describe it more than like other topics like I've been talking about. But we have to go around it with a deeper sense of knowledge, a deeper sense of communication. Body language is 70% of your communication. So knowing that we can actually show by example, and having good body language and having all these good attributes that we're working on to kind of rub off on others, so they can kind of catch on and they can start to grow within themselves. And that's how you have influence on people. That's how you tell advice, is you be the advice. Don't let people come to your life and tell you what you should be doing, because they don't know you. In fact, it's going to be really, really hard for someone to know you better than yourself. And until you kind of catch on to that drift where actually I think deep down within you, you know what's best for you. It might not arise right now, but you have a sense that you should know what's best for you. And once you find that, you start to share it with others. You start to show by example, and you start to find and enrich a place in themselves, whoever you're trying to work with, a place of identity and a place of understanding. And that's how I really feel the influence happens, is when you can teach on a emotional level. It's another like form of communication. So once we can really do that, that's when we have an influence on people. And I've seen that in Infinite Waters. I've seen it on like PewDiePie. Just he shows by example. He's, I mean, like the guy is just very influential. But Infinite Waters also, the stuff that he talks about is what he does. He preaches about what he's doing, and that's how we catch on to these things. And I don't think PewDiePie was the best example, but Infinite Waters and Victor Otto, Alan Watts, all these great mentors of mine, basically, these influential people, they never gave advice, but they teach people deeper dimensional like subjects through experience, and also showing by example in their day-to-day lives. So that's what I'm trying to do. Hopefully you're catching on. If you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you like these videos, go ahead and click subscribe. Other than that, guys, I hope you guys have a beautiful day, and I'll catch you later.